Hi everyone, and welcome back to Ask Alexa Therapy Facebook Live. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. So excited to be here each week answering questions from you, the viewers. I'm getting so many really important, detrimental questions each week. So I'll be answering them here on Facebook Live each Sunday at 6 o'clock, but also on the Ask Alexa show once a month for 30 minutes each month. I'll also be answering questions from you, the viewers. Remember, all names will remain confidential. Please send any questions to info@askalexatherapy.com. Also, check out my YouTube channel, Ask Alexa Therapy, and subscribe. Let's go with our first question. Dear Ask Alexa, I've been married to my husband for about 2 years now, and we are still unsure about having children. How do we figure this out? This is a very common question that I see a lot in my private practice from clients who are just married, getting married, or even dating. And I think it's really important to be able to explore what's going on for your husband and for yourself about wanting to have children and being unsure. And what I tell people too, just because you don't know right away also doesn't mean it's a negative. It doesn't mean that you don't want to have children. So I want you to be really open and try not to feel that you're being judged or that you have to make a decision right away. This is something that I would recommend sitting down with a professional and really exploring how you're feeling and also how your husband is feeling. I would go through the pros and cons. I would also want you to explore what fears do you have? What concerns do you have about having children? Also, what would you look forward to having children? What would you want your life to look at and look like? Because I think it's so important to be able to explore all the options with a professional, an outside party, to really gather all the evidence, but also to really hash out and speak about your feelings and your husband's feelings. And it's okay if you can't make a decision right away. And a lot of couples go back and forth. 1 or 2 weeks, they feel like, yes, this is what I want to do. And maybe a couple of weeks later, they're back to being unsure and not sure, do I really want to have children? I don't know. It is a very big decision. And I think it's one that needs a lot of thought. So again, I would sit down with a professional. I would explore with a professional how you are feeling. Again, how your husband is feeling. And also write a list of different things. Also, when you have children, what are things are you worried about that will change? Do you like to travel a lot? Do you like to go out to dinners a lot? And I think exploring those, but also having answers and backup plans and having things planned with your husband. If you were to have children, how would you feel about parenting? Do you parent the same way? Do you have the same type of traditions? What about religion? What about different type of topics do you and your husband really want to think about, but also to discuss? So when you do have your child, if you choose, these aren't ideas and thoughts that you're figuring out right then and there. So I would really write down some lists. Find a therapist that works for you and your husband that you feel comfortable speaking to and really discussing this. And also, if you feel like you're going to need more time to also maybe not have that extra added pressure on yourself, you can always freeze your eggs and your husband can freeze his sperm. And I think that also gives you a little bit more leeway. It gives you a little bit more time so you're not feeling like there's a rush. And I know so many times they say the clock is ticking and at certain ages they want you to make a decision. So that might be something as an option too, so you're not feeling the pressure. So don't be discouraged. And I know it's a very big decision to make, so you really need to have it well thought out and think about it and have it planned. But also know we can plan as much as we can, but when we do have children, sometimes things just go out the window. As you all know, I have my daughter Maxine now. She'll be 2 in November. So a lot of scheduling and a lot of different things might not be as flexible as you thought they would be. So I think just really plan on how you would want your life to look with a child, how you'd want your life to look like if you didn't have a child. And being able to kind of live a week or two as if, okay, yes, we are going to have a child, and see how you and your husband would feel and plan and maybe do nighttime schedules, who would be up for the feedings? Who would be up for the changing diapers? What about a sleeping schedule? And then have 2 or 3 weeks with, okay, we're not going to have children. What would our lives look like for the next couple of years? What are some goals we would like to accomplish? How would we deal with not having children? And I think that's really also an important thing to explain to yourselves, but also to explain to each other and really be honest. I know it's a tough decision. And sometimes it's hard to be so vulnerable about it. But I think this is your decision for you and your husband. It's your life. And I think it really needs a lot of thought. And just keep going in the direction and speaking with a professional and trying to figure out what is best for you and your husband. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for writing in your questions. They are so important each week for all my viewers. I get such great feedback just from one question. You never know how many people you're helping and how many other people feel the same way. So you're not alone. A lot of people are in the same boat and have the same feelings. So just make sure you're always making this difference. Again, please send any questions to info@askalexatherapy.com. Everyone have a wonderful night. I'll see you next Sunday at 6 o'clock. And also check out the new episode of The Alexa Show that's going to be coming out this week. I have an incredible celebrity guest sharing his story, and it's just so powerful. And I also actually taped another episode last week with a really incredible guest telling her story and survival of sexual abuse. So it's really important. And I know it's hard. I'm hitting some pretty hard topics, and sometimes these dialogues are tough to have. But I definitely want this to be the platform where everyone feels comfortable and feels open and also feels like they're getting some tools to how to deal and navigate through their life and the issues that are going on. Everybody, again, thank you for tuning in. Have a good night and God bless.